Yeah. Um, all right. Do you have any questions before we start talking and everything?
No, sir. Not that I know of. Or you think we got a case? Other than that,
Case on the criminal case or the civil case?
both. It may either way. Either way.
All right. So criminal case. They sent me the discovery. I was able to see the body cam of the cop. Um, it looked like he didn't have his lights on and he like cut you off and hit you with the bike. Um, I think on the criminal case, we have a strong case. Today, I'm going to have you plead not guilty, and then they'll give you an ankle monitor, and you'll walk out, and then we can talk about strategically what we're going to do with the criminal case outside of here, in case there are ears here listening. Um, Civil case, I think we also have a strong civil case based on what I saw, based on what I reviewed in the reports and everything. So I think we have a strong case for both, where you would not get any conviction. Um, I think that if we challenge the arrest, we would probably succeed in the arrest, based on everything that transpired before the arrest and everything happened. So there are arguments that I'm going to have to craft and get together, to persuade the judge, in our favor on the criminal case. On the civil case, I think we have a good case for, possibly excessive force and an arrest and things like that, and the fact that you had to be incarcerated. So those are things that I'm going to argue on your behalf for both cases. Is that Do you have any questions about like what you want to do now on the civil case? Like, what is it that I know you said you want to sue, but is there a number that you're looking for to sue them for?
just get us the max.
All right. All right. So I'll let them know. And for the criminal case, I don't think you should plead guilty, but again, the decision is up to you. If you plead guilty, we can see about getting you maybe a misdemeanor charge at time served. Um, but then if you plead guilty, they may be able to use that guilty plea in your civil case to show that they were justified in whatever that they did and whatever that they used, in connection with that officer conducting their job and arresting you, etc. So my recommendation is you don't plead guilty on the criminal case because that can adversely affect the civil case. So I think you should plead not guilty today. We'll try to get you out on an ankle monitor. This is your first arrest, and if need be, I'm going to explain to the judge a certain things that happen, but I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't want to give away my strategy.
Yeah, sir. So if you need me to plead not guilty on all the charges, I do that.
Yep, you're not guilty today, at least for today, and we'll try to get you out on an ankle monitor.
All right.
All right. Let me see something else. One second. Okay. Do you have any? So we can talk afterwards. So I think this is your first arrest. You don't have any criminal record, correct?
No, sir. I ain't got no records.
Okay. What do you do for work? Do you work?
Well, I'm not really. I just get around, leadership.
All right. The reason I'm asking is because I got to let the judge know, like, how you're an upstanding citizen and things like that. That's why.
Other,
Um,
I lend a helping hand to the others in the city. Everything need to be
you
did
lend
right
helping
about.
hands. Okay. All right.
Obviously, I still got control, so it ain't too much I can do.
Okay. All right. Um, all right. So I'm going to try to get you out on an ankle monitor. And pending the case, we'll plead not guilty today. But let me do all the talking. If you have any questions, just write it down on a piece of paper, and we'll take it from there. All right.
All right. All right.
All right. Once you get out, because I don't know if you have access to your accounts and everything, we can just talk about. You can just send me the retainer whenever you get
Yeah,
out. But I'm going to
I
go
can send it to you
upstairs.
right now. Yeah, what's it?
Oh, that's up to you. I don't know. I didn't know what access you had. That's why I wasn't stressing it or nothing. Um, so I'll go upstairs and I'll let the judge know, that we're ready, and I'll let the judge, and I'll bring you up, and they'll bring you up, and then just let me do all the talking. If you have any questions about anything, just write it down on a piece of paper, tap me or something, and then I'll speak for you.
All right. You got your phone on you?
Oh,
You got to see yours. the price I'm looking at?
Just give me 150K, and then we'll talk about everything else from there, and take it from there. So don't say anything. There's people in the audience, and I don't know who they are or anything. So don't say anything that's going to jeopardize the case. That's going to jeopardize your liberty or nothing. Just let me do all the talking for you. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to plead not guilty, get you out on an ankle monitor, and then we'll talk about the civil case and everything else afterwards. All right, cool.
Yes, sir. Oh, no, yeah, you're all good, brother. I was right outside the door, so yeah, we'll walk him up for you. All right, brother. Give me 1 second. All right. Could you go ahead and back yourself up to the cells real quick, if you wouldn't mind? All right, there you go, brother. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna drag you up there. You know, I think you're gonna be a fantastic guy. So I'm just gonna open the door for you and let you come out. I'm assuming that the guy's transporting you already patted you down for anything contrary wise from the jail.
Yes,
So I'm not gonna do that, but we're just gonna walk up there. You'll see your lawyer upstairs, and you'll stand next to him, which will be whenever you're first walking up there and go through the doors, the one all the way to the right. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Alrighty, brother. Let's go ahead and go up there. All right, sir. Yes, he'll be standing over there to that desk to your right.
Order in court. I need him gone.
Yeah, you're all good, boss. Go and stand back over there.
You said meat. You said meat.
Damn, hold on, that boy in cuffs?
I don't work in no goddamn kitchen with you. You know what's also crazy? He was about to hire me for his other business, and yeah, because of this situation, I can't even get that.
That's crazy.
All right, counselor, I'm sorry. You're ready to go with the people versus go?
Yes, Judge, we're ready to go.
All right, well, hear your opening arguments.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my client was arrested on November 5th, 2024. Since then, he's incarcerated. As the court can see, he's incarcerated. He is charged with numerous charges, Your Honor. However, my client is not pleading guilty today. He is pleading not guilty. With that being said, Your Honor, the defense is asking that my client be released on an ankle monitor pending the pendency of this case. My client does not have a criminal record, Your Honor. This is his first encounter with law enforcement. He's a hardworking citizen of this great state of San Andreas. He helps out additional people in the community. He gets around by helping other people, Your Honor. This is his first arrest. He's very traumatized by this encounter. My client adamantly and vehemently denies all the charges against him, and he is ready to fight these charges in court before the Your Honor and before so that he can vindicate himself. Your Honor, at this juncture, the defense is respectfully asking that the court release my client with an ankle monitor pending the pendency of this case. With the ankle monitor, my client understands that all of his movements will be tracked by law enforcement. He also understands that if he gets rearrested and charged with any additional felonies, that the court that he's standing in front of can remove the ankle monitor and remand him back into custody. My client is aware of all the responsibilities that he has to be on the ankle monitor, and my client is ready to accept those responsibilities while paroled out on the ankle monitor. So, Your Honor, with the court's permission, the defense and Mr. Gore respectfully ask that he be released on an ankle monitor pending this criminal case.
All right, counselor, we'll get the case on the calendar for trial. We'll notify all parties involved of the trial date scheduled before this court. The court will order that the defendant be placed on the ankle monitoring system if your defendant can see one of the law enforcement professionals in the courtroom today to get that monitoring system placed upon him. He'll be free to leave the courthouse from this facility on that monitoring system pending his trial date.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Mr. Go, you understand everything that's happening so far, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me or the judge before you go with the law enforcement for the ankle monitor?
No, sir.
All right.
All right, counselor, and as we get the court date on the calendar for trial, we'll get together on a list of jurors for the trial, have jury trial for defendant Mr. Go before this court.
Yes, Judge. Thank you so much.
You just want to think about it to set up here.
And Your Honor, for scheduling purposes, well, you know what? No, nothing further, Judge. We're ready to go to trial. I received a discovery in connection with this case. My client and I have spoken about it very briefly, but we'll go over the discovery and everything. But the defense is ready for trial, Judge.
All right, we'll get with the state and see if they'll be ready to proceed for a trial date of the 13th day of November 2024. It'll be the following Wednesday. If all parties are available, we'll set the trial date for that date, 13th day of November 2024 in this courtroom.
And is that still 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Judge?
Yes, counselor, it is.
Thank you, Judge. And Your Honor, I ask that, and I'll confer with the prosecution. I'll let them know to have all their witnesses available and present and prepared, as the defense is ready to defend this case and go to trial.
All right, that's noted, counsel.
Did that go on you, boss? Hold on. Yo, it's not letting me do it right now. Will you put his ankle monitor on? And then, Judge, if you could just send me over his special number for me.
All right.
All right. It's on him now.
All right, I got that sent over to your email, deputy.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, the monitoring system's been placed on Mr. Go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Go, you have any questions for the court? Your counsel will advise you on your court date information. Mr. Go, if you're speaking, I can't hear you. He may need to change his voice to shouting. Yes, sir, Mr.
Yeah.
Go. Wasn't able to hear you. If you can change your voice to shouting.
I know what you say.
Did you have any questions for the court before you're released?
No, sir.
All right. You get with your counsel on any further information pertaining to your case. You do have the monitoring system. Be mindful of that. And the court will see you here on your scheduled trial date. You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
All right, sir. So I'll be in contact with you after the court appearance today, and we'll talk about the upcoming trial.
All right, thank you.
All right. Contact me if you need anything else.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks.
All right, counselor, is that all your cases on that? It looks like that's all on the calendar for today.
Yes, Judge. That's all for me today. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, just come into the courthouse. I'm here.
Yep, they'll be searched. Yep.
Mr. Go.
How you doing, sir? That's probably his
What's
client.
up? All right.
All right,
So let's
I'm
just
gonna
talk
have
real
you
quick
two out here
before we
searching
go
people
in.
before they come in. Once everybody
All
is
right.
in,
So
it's probably just gonna end up being these two.
I'm gonna lower my
We'll
voice.
go in
So
there. I'll
I
talk
spoke
with
with the
them, and once they're
DA
ready to
already.
start court, we're gonna lock that other door and
I
just
was
open this
able to
one.
convince them to drop your
That
case.
way we can
So
like
once we go in there,
So I'll
the
have one of
DA
you
is gonna
guys go
speak to
up
the
to the
judge and let
gallery.
the judge know what they're gonna do,
It's right up these
and that they're
stairs.
ultimately
That
going to
way.
dismiss the
So there's a
case
double door
based
you'll come
on
through, and then I'll
my
have one of you
conversation with them and
guys
the
go through
points that I raised with them. And then you're gonna have all your charges dismissed. It's gonna be
All
sealed,
right.
so they're
Well,
gonna take
I'll
anything
have
in your
one
case
for you
off.
go up
Did you pay
there
any
to the
fines yet, or
gallery,
no?
and the other two would be inside the courtroom with me.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not
All
expecting
right, so
anything
you didn't
right
pay
now.
anything from this
Probably
case,
just
right?
gonna be
Or
these
from this
guys.
encounter?
Like I said,
Okay.
once the judge is ready
And
to start,
aside from this,
we're
you don't
gonna
have
we're
any
gonna
other
bring you out
criminal
here.
record. You don't
We'll
have any
lock
record,
this door
correct?
here. And anybody else that would like to get in, they'll just have to be searched. I'll have one of you guys stand by this door, and then
Okay.
someone else go up and stand by
Okay,
the
so
gallery
I'll
with the
have them.
judge. Okay. All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that they remove the ankle monitor as well, so that this way you're not on any additional supervised monitoring. Um, and then after that, we'll talk outside of here about any other things that we spoke about earlier. All right. So you don't got to talk today. I'll do most of the talking for you. They'll probably just ask you if you understand, or I'll ask you if you understand. If you have any questions, just pass me a note, and then we'll take it from there. But this shouldn't take too long. All right. Um, just a bit of advice for next time, though. Put on like a sleeve shirt, even if it's because the judge may, be prickly and things like that. They're kind of, prickly like that. So just make sure you have either a jacket or at least a shirt that covers your arms and shit like that. So the judge doesn't, throw you out or yell and shit like that because it's a court. All right. Nah, you good, bro. They want to get started and everything, but we'll just let them know you were coming from work and you rushed over here and things like that. So I'll do most of the talking for you. All right. So they're gonna search you before we go inside, but I'll meet you inside the courtroom.
Hey, I'd like to ask about.
Are you ready to go in, sir? All right. If you, yeah. You go ahead and put your hands up. One of my deputies will take care of searching you.
5Gs.
Well, then
Okay,
you can't go into
appreciate
the
it.
courtroom, sir. That's fine. You need to be searched before you go into the courtroom. If you need to go into your car and drop anything off in your car, you're more than welcome to do that. Respectfully, you're not going in there, man. I mean, whatever you need to do, man. You. That's fine. You will be searched before you go into the courtroom. If you need to go to your car and drop anything off, you can go just take care of that. But you will not step into the courtroom without being searched. All right. Thank you for your cooperation. Can one of you guys search him?
All right, he's clear.
All right.
All right, sir. Free to go.
Keep an eye, since you're on this side, keep an eye like behind you. Whenever you hear that door open up, let me double check his name. Keep an eye
Okay,
behind
there
you.
you go.
Whenever
Got
you
to send
hear
over to
that
you.
door open up,
All right, got it.
the
Let me just make sure it's
judge
in my contacts.
today is gonna be Thomas. So just all rise for the Honorable Judge Thomas, and then he'll tell them to be seated.
That's all I gotta say.
All
Yep,
right, I
that's all you
got it.
gotta
What's
say.
your first name?
Or just
All
all
rise.
rise.
Johnny.
You can even just say all rise, and
Johnny?
then
All right,
he'll
cool.
tell him to sit down, and then
All right,
everybody will be
I'll
seated from
so I
there.
can have
All
you
right, I
So
hope
forward
you
just
there.
make
can
sure.
hear me from here, even if
Put yourself
shouted.
on screen. Yep.
Yeah, I am.
Yep, you're good. They can hear you then.
All right.
It's just this one case, and it doesn't sound like it's gonna be too long today. Probably like 10, 15, something like that.
All right, got it. Thanks, man.
No problem. No problem.
All right. So my client's here. So whenever the judge comes out, we can get things going.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Are you fellas ready?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, give me just a second. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and lock this door. So if one of you guys want to go upstairs, and then the other one wants to come in and watch the inside of this door, you just take these stairs up. Just take the stairs up that way to the left, and there's doors up there that'll let you into the gallery. You'll be overseeing the common area. And then since he's going up there, you just follow me. I'll have you post up by this door just in case any latecomers come. You can just search them before you let them in.
Okay.
Right, Your Honor. He's getting ready to come out.
All rise.
You might have to go and shout, Your Honor.
Court is in session. You can all be seated. Okay, I understand. We're here to hear the case of People v. And pardon me if I butcher this name, but Dahe Go. Anybody care
Yes,
to correct
Judge.
me on that? Okay,
Dahe Go. There he go.
Dahe Go. Okay. Today is a special circumstance. I'm going to hear from the defense first. Defense, if you'd like to go ahead, I'm all ears.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my client is sitting in the well. If he can be brought in and be seated at the table.
Absolutely.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, today my client was originally arrested on November 5th, 2024. I'm sorry, 2024. And he was charged with a variety of crimes, as the court has in front of him. We were set for trial today. However, in the interim of trial, I did have a conversation with the prosecuting agency, and I did have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Unitas off the record as well as today when we first met. And I will let the state make their record so we can figure out how we're going to proceed going forward.
Okay, sir. If the prosecution has anything, step forward.
Good day, Your Honor.
Good day, sir.
May it please the court, the state does move to dismiss all charges on the docket against the defendant and requesting that the case be entered as a null prosecution without prejudice. Upon thorough review of the evidence, or rather lack of, the state has determined that we do not possess sufficient evidence to meet the burden of proof required to proceed with this prosecution. Specifically, the evidence necessary to establish the defendant's alleged involvement in the crime it's lacking entirely on our part for prosecution, and there's an insufficient ability to sustain a reasonable likelihood of conviction beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. So, as stewards of justice, the state has an ethical obligation to not pursue charges where the evidentiary foundry is inadequate to support them. Continuing with this prosecution, it is our feeling at this time that prosecution under such circumstances would neither serve the interests of justice of the public. According to the state, we respectfully request that the court enter an order dismissing all charges against the defendant without prejudice, reserving the right to refile charges should new substantive evidence come to light in the future. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. I find it extremely odd that an individual of this state can be arrested and no evidence, which means no probable cause presented at the time of arrest. I find that despicable, in my opinion, gentlemen. Defense, do you have anything you want to add?
Yes, Your Honor. I do thank the prosecuting office for having open conversations with me, as well as looking into their case and looking at the evidence or lack thereof, wherein my client was arrested. So I do thank them for looking into the case and moving to dismiss the case. I joined in that application, so I also moved to have my client's case dismissed and sealed. Additionally, my client was on ankle monitoring during the duration of the time of this incident. I am going to respectfully ask and move this court that the ankle monitoring be removed from him and that he is no longer placed on ankle monitoring. My conversations with my client also indicated that at this moment, as we know, he has not been fined or he has not paid any amounts to the state or to the government. Sorry, Judge, 1 second. And as such, I don't believe at this time that I am making a motion for him to be reimbursed of any fines. Based on my conversations with him, he has not paid any fines. Therefore, he has not been out of any financial liabilities. In that regard, Your Honor, the defense judge does join in the people's application to move to dismiss and seal my client's case. Thank you.
Mr. Hendricks, um, your motion and the prosecution's motion, of course, will be granted. Uh, I just want to say to your client that I find this to be atrocious. If if that can even understate the gravity of this situation, I don't know how, and I do apologize on behalf of the state to your client, Mr. Go, how there can be an arrest without any evidence, let alone a report. I just want to formally apologize to the state. And of course, I know you know your options going forward. I am just absolutely astonished. I've never seen this in my 40 years of being a judge. I have never seen something like this, sir. And I just want to apologize on behalf of the court and be on behalf of the state. Um, Deputy, to my right,
Yes, sir.
remove that man's ankle bracelet.
Yes, sir. Can you stand up for me, Mr. Go? You might have to step over here too, so we don't conflict with anybody. Thank you. One second, fellas. There you go. That should take some weight off that leg for you, boss. No worries. You can have a seat now.
Does the prosecution want to add anything to this?
No, Your Honor, at this time. Thank you.
Does the defense have anything additional they would like to add? And we'll wait till he returns.
Hey, take your vest off.
Gentlemen, if you have a hat on in my courtroom, you better remove it.
And your hats, and your hats. Is it possible for you to remove your hood, or is it part of your uniform?
Yeah, it's part of the hoodie.
Okay, so typos.
Sir, he can keep his vest on. I don't care about that. I just want the hat off.
He took his hat off. I had a.
Yeah, his hat's off. Mr. Unitas,
Yes, Your Honor.
do you happen to have a higher supervisor plus of BCSO available?
I'm unaware, Your Honor. I'd have to make calls to the law enforcement agency to see who's available.
Is there anybody higher than you? Okay. Stick around after court proceedings.
Your Honor, may I take my seat?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Okay.
apologize. You didn't have to get up. It was just, yeah, I just wanted to ask you a question.
Okay.
Did he?
Sorry about that. Had pop in Advil.
Apologize. Mr. Hendricks, did you have anything you wanted to add? I know you're had a head issue there. Did you want to add anything to this before I close proceedings?
No, thank you, Judge. I'm sorry about that. I just had to pop an Advil. Yes, no, thank you, Judge. I thank the court and the state and for this opportunity, Judge. Thank you. Nothing further from the defense.
Okay. I appreciate you, sir. You may have a seat. As the judge presiding over this case, for everybody in attendance, I've never seen something like this. Like I said, in my 40 plus years of being on the bench, I have never once seen a case come this far without evidence whatsoever. I don't know how or why this case against Mr. Go made it to trial. It it is, for a lack of a better term, appalling to me. Those involved, and I'm not going to mention any names at this time, they know who they are, should be ashamed. Mr. Go, I want to speak to you directly if you can hear me, sir. Okay, sir. I want to apologize to you on behalf of the state. This is not something that should have ever occurred to you. This is, I won't go into it, but I will say that this is appalling for a citizen of this state of San Andreas to have been subjected to um, time in jail that obviously at this point should have never occurred. I want to apologize to you, sir. On behalf of the Department of Justice and the prosecutor's office, I am sorry. I will get to the bottom of this. I do not know how it occurred, but I will get to the bottom of it. If you have anything you want to say to the court, I welcome your comments.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Does anybody, prosecution, state, defense, do you have anything you want to add before I dismiss this case? And I will dismiss this case.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Your Honor, just very briefly, it may not even mean anything. I did join in the motion by the prosecution to dismiss the case. However, I am going to ask that the court dismiss the case with prejudice. I know the state had asked that the court dismiss it without prejudice, so that if further evidence comes down the line, that they can bring the case forward. However, Your Honor, I respectfully argue that the case be dismissed with prejudice. My client was arrested on November 5th, 2024. The state has had, as well as the law enforcement has had, more than enough time to gather their evidence. It essentially seems that there is no evidence to be had, and I would not want this case hanging over my client's head, where he would feel that at a moment's time that he would be stopped and arrested and then have to redo this whole entire premises again. So, Your Honor, with that case, the defense just respectfully asks that the case be dismissed with prejudice.
We don't object, Your Honor.
Deputy, I'm going to step to the defense table. Sir, I will dismiss your case with prejudice. Because this was an absolute atrocity. And I wanted to come down here and I wanted to address you directly. This case is an atrocity. And I can't say enough about that. Your case is dismissed with prejudice. There will be no retrying you on this case. I am absolutely ashamed of what occurred here, sir. And I cannot give you my deepest sorrows for this. This is not something that you should have ever been objected to. Ever. And I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to your family. I'm sorry to Mr. Hendricks. I'm sorry you had to pay him. I am just beside myself, and I assure you that we will get to the bottom of this and we will fix it. State, do we have any other cases to be heard this evening?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, Mr. Hendricks specifically, not defense. Do you have any other cases you need heard this evening?
No, Your Honor.
All right. This court will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, congratulations to you all and new free man out here.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much, man. And thanks for your office as well, too.
Sorry about that. I had to fix my ears real quick. But yeah, we're glad we got that squared away.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you and appreciate your office as well, having an open mind.
No problem, no problem. Well, I'm gonna get on out of here because I'm starting to have some eye issues.
Same.
All right, brother. Y'all take
All
care,
right, man.
and
You
good
too, man.
luck
Be
to you,
safe.
Mr. Go.
Corporal,
All right.
Yes, sir.
see you in my chambers.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, officers as well.
No problem. Thank you.
Sir, I'm gonna wait upstairs. I'll be upstairs in my office for whenever the mayor is available.
All right, I'll pass that message along.
All right, thank you so much. All right, Mr. Go, let's go talk. All right. So, congrats. I'm happy that this case went the way it did. They were trying to offer you something else, and I was adamant that we are taking this to trial, and I want an outright dismissal. But luckily for the prosecution, they agreed, and so now the case is dismissed. So now you have zero record. You have nothing on your record, and you didn't pay nothing, right? You didn't pay no fines, right? All right, beautiful. All right. So, what we're gonna do next now, we'll talk about the civil stuff, because I mean, I think today we actually have an awesome case for a civil case, being that the judge also believed that there was no probable cause, there was no reason that you should have been arrested, you should not have been in jail. So, I'll work on the civil case. I don't think this is going to be a hard case to win. Is probably going to just come down to numbers. Part of the thing that I did speak to the sheriff's office about was that he would be fired and not hired by BCS. So obviously, they can't control if he goes to another law enforcement agency. However, I was told that if another law enforcement agency finds out that he was fired by one agency, they're likely not going to hire him. So the likelihood of him being a law enforcement officer again is very small and very minimal. All right. So I'm going to be in contact with you. I'll let you know what numbers are looking like, what they're going to do with him as far as if any discipline or firing and things like that. But I think based on the record that was made today, that you have a very strong case against this cop as well as to the city and the law enforcement agency. So we'll talk a little bit more. Do you have any questions for me or anything like that? Nah, you good, bro. You good. You good. You already paid me the initial retainer. I'm not charging you a lot more. You went through a lot already that you didn't have to go through. So we'll talk about the civil stuff and then we'll take it from there. All right. While I have you here, what is like if we're going to sue the city, right? Like if that's what your interest is, I know your main interest is that he be fired. So I know that when I go to talk to them, but is there a number that you are looking for that you're comfortable in settling with? So the max right now is about 5 mil, right? I don't know if they're going to go for 5, but is there something else that, or another number that you think more reasonably would compensate you for your time, for your aggravation, for being arrested, for being assaulted, medical bills, all these other things, lost time, lost wages, etc.? How much? 3.5. All right, cool. All right. All right. So what I'll do is I'll work on getting the papers filed with the court. I'll have conversations with them, let them know, and then I'll let you know where we go from there. All right. All right. So as of right now, bro, you're good to go. You're free. You got my number. If anything else comes up, you got any issues or anything like that, give me a call and I got you. All right, no problem, man. Be safe.
Was it Bahamas?
Mind your damn business. Go away. Fucking criminal.
Oh, he's behind you.
I know he can stand there all he wants.